Welcome back to another video. Today I am talking about advocating for yourself in practices. Whatever level you're at, you want to take full advantage of your training. Maybe you're new to the wrestling room. Maybe you're new to sport and you don't quite have the tools yet to know how to do that. Maybe you're the only girl in the wrestling room and maybe you're intimidated by the all-male atmosphere. Either way, advocating for yourself is a skill that takes a long time to master, and I'm going to give you a few tips to help you master it. First is, how do you actually advocate for yourself? In this scenario, maybe you're falling behind in the practice room, or you have a few technique areas that you really need to work on and haven't been given the right kind of time to work on it. This is the time when you need to speak up for yourself and get support from your coach. Go ahead and ask your coach when is the best time to work on extra technique or to discuss the needs that will help benefit you. If you think that simply waiting till after practice to work with your coach is going to be the best time, you might be mistaken. Often after practice, a coach has a lot they're managing. There's a lot of athletes asking questions, maybe parents, assistant coaches. So make sure that you ask them when a designated time. It might be a different day that works best for them so that you can focus directly on what you need. Be flexible with your schedule so that you can find a time that works for athlete, yourself, coach, and then for the partner that you need to do the technique. Before you even start your one-on-one technique, make sure that you're in a good mental place with what you're going into. When you're extremely hard on yourself, it becomes so much more difficult to ask questions and to actually listen to the answers that our coach is giving us, because sometimes we put up a defensive wall because we don't want to be told that we're doing something wrong. Your coach doesn't want you to be perfect. They want to know that you are continuing to work on yourself. So make sure that your mental space is where you are open to receiving those answers that you're asking for. Number 2 is know what you want to work on. Make sure you know which part of your wrestling needs the most focus and stick to one area at a time. Wrestling technique has a beginning, middle, and an end. It's really important that you are pretty clear about which part of the wrestling technique you need to work on. You may not even be able to address the entire position in one session. You might need to focus on one little aspect of it, like a hand change, a head position change, and then have to address it the next time. 3, take detailed notes after your one-on-one session. Have your notebook nearby so you can jot down quick technique notes while your coach is demonstrating on your partner. Then go over the notes that you've taken with your coach to make sure that you've fully understood each step that you've worked on during that session. Even if you're done with a one-on-one session, your coach is gone, I recommend keeping your partner around a little bit longer. Make sure you're going over the technique a few more times, you're tweaking your notes, you're jumping back up with your partner, working on the things you need to work on. Make sure it's clear. Don't let them leave without knowing exactly what you have to do. 4 is grab that partner again, or find somebody new who gives you a different kind of feel and drill, drill, drill. You need to keep practicing the movement, the positioning, so that your body recognizes it and creates that muscle memory. Most of the time when you're correcting technique that you've had to adjust or change, it means that you're recorrecting the positioning of your body, which is unnatural for it. Your brain and your body needs to memorize the new positioning that you're getting it to work that it's totally not used to. Have you ever heard that it takes around 24 days for a habit to stick? It's the same with wrestling. It's going to be the same thing with body positioning and body awareness. It takes repeated motion in order for something to stick. So that means don't go off and start changing the technique that you're doing. Don't start jumping into doing a high crotch when you're really working on your single and the backside finish. Stick to that. You need to do that over and over and over. That needs to be number 1 in your plan, number 1, your go-to whenever you have the opportunity to drill with partners. Last is review with that same coach again. By now you should have had adequate time to work on the technique with multiple partners, with the same partner. Now it's your opportunity to come back to that same coach and tweak either the next step, the next area, or just confirm that you're still doing the right steps. Just like you did with that first one-on-one session, your notes should be reviewed so that you have everything down and you know exactly what you're working on. Most likely, after working on multiple partners, you should have a few more details, or you're ready to progress to that next step or the next part of the finish for the takedown. Even if you're working on the same part of the technique, a coach is going to be able to see whether a hand is out of place, a head is out of place. Just changing the way that you're looking can help change the entire move for the better. So these steps can really help take your wrestling to the next level. It's time as an athlete for you to learn how to advocate for yourself, and the only way that you're going to be able to be taken seriously is if you have a process in mind of how you want to get it done. This is a skill that takes a lot of years to get down, but it's important to start practicing now. The best wrestlers in the world know how to break down a skill to its smallest points, and they have someone watching to make corrections as they go. Do your part, learn these skills, and you're going to really learn how to advocate for yourself in the wrestling room. those are my tips. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future. Thanks.